Kev, tell everyone why you started KitMasx.
Well, manually masking canopies sucks, and somebody had to step in to save those countless kits from the shelf of doom.
And now we've got over 400 sets and counting. We've got old kits, new kits, forgotten kits, you name it.
Yeah. And if we don't have it, just ask.
Yeah, people don't realize we take custom requests. And we even have a service that gets you canopy masks for free.
We do.
Our masks are precision cut. They fit well. They're easy to apply. Kevin cuts and tests every set.
Several times.
Yeah, precision is kind of his thing.
And Janelle, she does everything else. She cares about each customer and is the heart of our business.
If you ever reach out, you're talking directly to us, real people, real modelers.
And if you don't love your masks, we'll refund or replace them. No questions asked.
Visit KitMasx.com, join the mailing list, and treat yourself to easier, cleaner masking.
KitMasx, made by a modeler for modelers.
Hey, what about me?
You're not a modeler.
Oh.
All right, Kentucky Dave. I don't know what we're going to call this one.
I don't know. Mask Mania?
Mask Mania. We can call it Mask Mania.
There you go.
We've come up short on our model show spotlight, but we need to do a vendor showcase to talk about our latest sponsor that we've alluded to in the last episode. We brought KitMasx on board. They had shown some interest in supporting Plastic Model Mojo, and we sure like those folks. So
yes, absolutely.
We took them up on it, and we had Kevin back for a little conversation about that and KitMasx and Heritage Con and all the things around what's been going on with that. And well, let's just hear it from the horse's mouth, Dave. Well, Dave, I'd hoped to drop some of this content after Heritage Con, but when we recorded the session up there, I had a lot of crosstalk from our adjacent podcast buddies over there on all our recorded channels, and I really couldn't do much with the audio.
Yeah. Well,
so
that's the downside of recording live.
Well, tonight with us is Mr. Kevin Hedrick from KitMasx. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're real good, and we just were thrilled to meet you and Janelle up at Heritage Con in Ottawa at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. It was just a lot of fun at Heritage Con, and it's just a blast seeing you guys set up, talking your talk to all the folks that were at the show.
Yeah, we had a really good time up there as well.
So now that was your first time at Heritage Con.
It was.
Now, I know you were doing it mostly to try and become more visible and all, but it seemed like your table was fairly darn active.
We were pretty busy from the morning to the early afternoon, and then everything just sort of tapered off.
Sure.
But we had a really good morning. It was great.
And luckily, with your product, you can transport it a whole lot easier than a lot of vendors can.
It's very easy. We don't have to worry about airplane holding jigs or anything like that. Just a box.
Yeah.
Well, for the uninformed or the folks not paying attention in the past, how about a quick rundown of exactly what KitMasx does?
We do canopy masks and marking masks for scale model airplanes. We do some requests for armor and sci-fi, although mostly we've been focusing on airplanes.
Well, your products are really good, and I know the folks I know who've seen them and tried them are really pleased with them. So that brings me to the next point. Because of that, because your style of business and your way of doing business and interfacing with the public, we're just really pleased to have you guys come on board as another sponsor for Plastic Model Mojo.
Yeah, it's our honor. We're really looking forward to the collaboration with you guys.
Well, it's been great so far. We've got a box of swag from you guys 3 days ago, and
good.
Looking for our next opportunity to hand out some info cards and some stickers.
Well, and count me as one of your satisfied customers. I got the F8F Bearcat canopy masks up at Heritage Con and just started using those, and I'll post some photos in the dojo shortly, but
excellent.
Really, really pleased with them. Thanks.
That's great. Yeah, that's going to make your life easier, especially when you're doing a batch build.
Yeah, I told you, I am really to the point that I will not do an aircraft model without canopy masks.
I don't blame you.
It's so much of a time saver, and you get such a better result. With aircraft, canopies are the first thing that you notice. And if the lines aren't clean, it detracts from the whole model.
You tend to look at the canopy, and if it's not clean, you sort of dismiss the rest of the airplane.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. So, like I said, I'll post some photos on the dojo. What's your latest stuff? Have you been focusing on any particular scale, any particular company, or, I mean, what's in the pipeline for you all right now?
Basically, right now, it's just what people have sent us. There's a multitude of 72nd and 48. We have some of the HK models parts coming in, so hopefully we can jump on that bandwagon.
Gotcha.
And just catching up on everything that's been sent to us. There's no rhyme or reason as to what is coming out. It's just what we get, and then that's what we make.
And that's why your business is a little bit different than maybe some other canopy mask manufacturers out there. You'll see the latest kit come out, and then the manufacturers will announce a set for that kit, where you all tend to be, I mean, you may do some stuff for some very recent kits, but then you do a lot of canopy masks for kits that have been out 15, 20 years that may not have a mask set.
Yeah, most of our stuff is old, discontinued kits and just kits that have been neglected mostly. We'd love to get some new kits. I'm going to try to get hold of some manufacturers and maybe I can work with them a little bit, but I don't know if there's much I would have to contribute to them.
Right.
Whereas it would be definitely a benefit to me and not so much them. So we're going to have to come up with some creative ways to work on that.
Well, I'll tell you what gives me a little bit of hope and encouragement is the fact that you are getting all these requests for these slightly older kits. That tells me that there's still a lot of people out there who are building them, even though they may not be the latest and greatest kit off the assembly line.
Yeah, there's a lot of old kits that people are building. It's surprising in one way because there are a lot of the subjects. There's better kits out there, but
right.
I think a lot of people like the old nostalgia builds, so they keep those kits around. And now that they have masks, they can tackle them.
Mike did a nostalgia build with the little Airfix armor piece, and it is amazing how much a nostalgia build can kind of bring back the fun of modeling. So that, like I said, I find that really encouraging.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see those old kits need some love too.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, you say a lot of what you got going on is what people have sent. So is this the backlog of custom jobs?
Yeah, there's a lot of backlogs still. I'm still not caught up. We were setting it up so that I could have a little bit of time off in the summer, but not so much. There's just not enough time in the day.
Oh, sure.
Is that something you're still pursuing, the custom stuff? You still adding to the pile? And if so, let folks know how that works again.
Yeah. What we originally started was I had my stash. I made a few off that. And then I realized quickly that, my interests were kind of one-dimensional. So we decided to offer people free canopy masks if they sent us their parts. And that sort of basically launched everything. We just took off after that. And people just keep asking to send parts and make masks for. And it's mostly old stuff that nobody makes masks for anymore. And we did have to pause it late last year, and we're going to open it up again in this September. I'm still just working through everything from last year still.
Well, that's the sign of a successful business when you obviously touched a nerve when you get that kind of demand.
Yeah, I think so. Like most of the bigger manufacturers, they tend to do runs and stuff. So some of that stuff that may have had masks before, I mean, you can't find that stuff anymore.
Right.
So I kind of stepped in and filled a hole, which is nice.
Now, are you having any problem with material supply? I mean, the material is the Oramask 810, isn't it?
We use Oramask 810. That's really easy to get hold of.
Okay.
I mean, everybody uses that stuff.
Right.
But we use Tamiya tape
Right.
sheets
Right.
because we can't really find a bulk supplier of any other kind of kabuki tape like that.
Right.
Plus, the Tamiya is everybody knows the Tamiya
Sure.
tape is really nice. So every few months we have a supplier hiccup where we're running dangerously close to being out of it, and then we're on a big scramble worldwide to find a supply.
Well, at least so far you've been able to keep finding it. I hope that keeps up.
Yeah, we just got hooked up with a wholesaler in Canada, and it sounds like they're going to be able to help us out.
Oh, nice.
So that's a bit of a stress relief there.
Well, good. That's good news. Now, what's the next show you all are attending?
We were supposed to go to Seattle for their show that they just had.
Right.
Everything was packed up, ready to go. We had all our stuff. We grabbed our passports. I opened mine up, and it has expired in February.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
That was a huge problem. That was basically, oh, my Lord. We're not going anywhere.
We've got some friends who had to pull the ripcord on a Bahamian vacation.
Oh, no. That's even worse.
Because of an expired passport. So,
yeah. It was nice when we used to be able to cross the border with just our driver's licenses. But
yes,
it's been a while since that was the case.
Well, my passport expired the month after Heritage Con, so I now have to get a new passport if I'm going to get to Heritage Con next year.
Our next show that we're going to be at is in Vancouver.
Oh, okay. And when is that?
That's Canadian Thanksgiving weekend in October.
Gotcha.
So I think it's right around the 8th, 9th, or 10th, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, glad you're getting out to another one.
Yeah. I mean, Seattle, Vancouver, and hopefully Heritage Con yearly are kind of the only ones we've been able to get to so far. But I really would like to go to the Nationals next year.
The Nationals are very close to us next year, so yeah, we're gonna be in Virginia or Hampton this year, and then next year it's up in Fort Wayne?
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah,
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Right. So that's super close to us. So yeah, you'll have to come down. We'll have a good time.
Excellent. That sounds like a plan.
Well, Kevin, to wrap this up, why don't you tell folks where they can find KitMasx and then explain a little bit how you got a family operation going on there, because your website's really nice. I'd like to know who's helped you out with that, and then we'll let you go.
So the website has been done. Everything has been done by my wife, Janelle. She is very talented. She's a stickler for detail. She loves talking to all our customers, and she makes sure that everybody is looked after and responded to right away. So you can thank her for that. And you can find us at KitMasx.com, KitMasx.com. And for everybody listening, there is a discount code that you can apply to get a 15% discount, and the code is MOJO15. MOJO 15.
Well, I will say, having met your lovely bride at Heritage Con, she is definitely an asset to your operation. She was absolutely the star of the show, talking to pretty much everybody who was there. It was amazing. She has a real great personality.
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, I lucked out there. I was punching way above my weight class.
There you go. You only got to get lucky once, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Kevin, we are really thrilled to be working with you folks on the sponsorship side of things. And
likewise,
look forward to the next time we see you at a show. I assume it's probably going to be Heritage Con next year. So a lot of water under the bridge before we get there, but we hope it works out. But I'm sure we'll be in touch fairly regularly until then. Folks, check them out. Kevin and Janelle are great. They have a great business, and it's really going to help you out having some KitMasx for those kits you didn't think you could find one for.
Awesome. It was great talking to you guys again. And like I said, we're definitely going to try to make Heritage Con next year. And we do have some loose plans in the works to visit more model shows as time allows.
Good.
All right. We'll talk to you next time, Kevin.
Take it easy.
You betcha. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Too.
Dave, it's going to be fun handing out the new swag from KitMasx and Plastic Model Mojo. And looking forward to our next opportunity to do that because unfortunately it wasn't at AMPS this week.
Yes. As our consolation prize for not being at AMPS is sitting here tonight recording. Yeah, not great, but life happens. You know, you and I both are still employed, still working. We got teenage kids, and sometimes life comes first.
Life comes first and work comes first and
yep,
all that stuff. So, you know, like I told you in private earlier, just keep in mind the money we're saving.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Although I am going to go out and buy a lottery ticket tomorrow, and if I hit it, this all changes. You and I are retiring.
Oh, thanks for including me.
Glad to help. Well, you're going to be my driver.
Okay, that's fine as long as you meet my salary demands.
The salary's going to be awesome,
and I can wear flip flops.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, folks, we've talked to a lot of you leading up to AMPS, and it went right up to the bloody end. And even when we recorded the last episode, we had in our minds we were still going. It just kind of all hit the fan.
Fate is a B word.
That's right. It is.
And we didn't know what, or at least I didn't know what was waiting for me at work. And work's got to come first, as much as I wish it didn't.
Well, and the apple basket got even more sour on my end, so it wasn't meant to be, I guess. But we got plans. We'll figure something out. We'll be out in front of folks again before too long, we hope.
Yeah, you and I have already discussed a little bit of planning.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Maybe we don't talk about it too much.
No, that's right. Don't jinx it.
Carved in stone.
That's right.
Well, I hope everybody's having fun, either getting to AMPS or coming home when you listen to this or while you're there, and send us lots of pictures on the dojo.
Yes, absolutely. And we're sorry we're not getting to see all those great models, all those great vendors, and most of all our great friends.
So, folks, in the meantime, check out KitMasx. If you build aircraft primarily, a real time saver.
Yes, it is. Wouldn't build without them.
Well, Dave, until episode 141, I guess I'll talk to you later, man.
You got it.